Okay, this video is on setting up a session in Pro Tools, including where you would store your session so that you can find it later. A lot of people don't know where to find it, and I'm going to try and simplify this to make it easy. Okay, so what I've done is I've opened Pro Tools, and we come up to the dashboard, and you see Create, then you have Recent. These are the sessions that I have been working on, and then you have projects. Projects, you need to be logged into the cloud. We're not going to deal with that. So I'll take the name and I'll make it test 1. Okay. So it says local storage session, which is good. Now we have broadcast wave. It can be either a broadcast wave or an AIFF, which is the format that Logic uses, but we're going to use broadcast wave. Then you can do 44.1, 48, down to 192. I usually use 48. Bit depth is 32-bit float. You have a choice between 16, 24, and 32. I use 32 because that gives you more headroom. The default is to use the default location, which is User Studios Documents. I don't use that because what it'll do is it just places it in the Documents folder with a bunch of other stuff that I have, which I can show you. My Documents folder has a lot of stuff in there, so I don't want to use that because then I still have to go and look for it. So what I did, I created a Pro Tools Songs folder and I placed it in there. So I'm going to use prompt. So when I hit create, it says name the session and save as. So I'm going to save it as test 1. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to documents and I'm going to go down to Pro Tools Songs. And there's already a test 1 in there, but I'll delete that one. Oh, move the trash. Okay. Because I'm going to make a new test 1. So I hit save. So now what happens if we go back to documents, you'll see that in Pro Tools Songs, we have test 1. Open that and you'll see your session icon, audio files, bounce files, and whatnot. Okay. Now we need to create tracks. Can't do anything without tracks. So we go to the track menu and we hit new. And I usually start out with about 10 tracks. So I'll create 10 tracks. All right. And they're going to be mono because I only use one mic. You need 2 mics to do stereo. So I'm doing them in mono, 1 mic. So I'm going to add my auxiliaries. I want 4 auxiliaries, but I want those to be stereo. And I'm going to create that. And then I want 1 master fader. I only need 1 master fader. I'm going to make that a stereo. And I make that a master fader. And then when I hit create, you should have all of those things pop up. Okay. As you can see, we have our 10 audio tracks, our 4 auxiliaries, and our 1 master fader. So now, let me get rid of this. We're not using that right now. Move that out the way. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the mixer view, which is, the shortcut is Command equal. So I'm showing my mixer right now. And so in my mixer, you can see where I have my 10 tracks, my 4 auxiliaries, and my master fader. Okay. So what I usually do is I name them. It's just easier to do it ahead of time. You can do it while you record, but it's kind of easy to do it ahead of time. So the first one, I double clicked on the name, it pops up with this box. And I would name this one, let's say intro. Okay. So I have intro. Now I can close this and go to audio 2, or I can just hit next and it automatically goes to audio 2 and it named it intro. So I can call this one verse and I can go next. You see it created it. and I can go to audio 3. It automatically went to audio 3, so I can call that, I don't know, let's say hook. Okay. And so on. So I'll hit OK here, and it calls it hook. And you can go all the way through and name these, and then your auxiliaries, and basically your session is set up. So now to save it, all you have to do is go to File, Save. So it's now saved. So if I go to, let's say, File, Open Session, and then I go, well, it's already there, but let's say I go back to Documents, Pro Tools Songs, you see Test 1. I open up Test 1, you see the icon. So now I can just click on Test 1, hit Open, and it reopened Test 1. Okay, so this is basically how you set up your session to start recording. The next video I'm going to do is going to show you how to create a template so that you don't have to go through this all the time. You just pull up your template. All right, I guess that's it for this video. Look out for the next one.